A Swift Kick in the Ass, episode 139. Life is challenging and difficult. No one gets out alive. Time to suck it up, Buttercup. Get ready for a monster-sized boot aimed to help you get traction on personal change and get living. I am John Curran, your host. Join me as I share my journey exploring the forces that motivate us to change and help us get through whatever life throws at us. A swift kick in the ass. Life on your terms. Welcome to another episode of A Swift Kick in the Ass. This is your host, John Curran, and today's topic, the good, the bad, and the ugly, or something like that. You know, I like to paraphrase my topics. Anyhow, living life on your terms really means that your life is filled with attempts to understand yourself. Understand the terms that you're facing, and these terms are basically situations or conditions in our lives that make up our life experience. And if you really stop to think about the terms that we face, they can be broken down into three different categories: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, the good terms, these are the things that we like, the things that we enjoy. We may not even give that much credit or thought to the good. You know, most of us, I think, take for granted the good things in our life, and we might not even realize how good we have it until it's gone. And isn't that a swift kick in the ass? But you know, we're so busy thinking about the future that we make a choice, really, to delay, or we give up the gratification that we could have right here and right now because we're too busy thinking about the future. But this episode's not about the good terms. Now, the bad terms, these are the areas in which we start working on, I think. These are the situations and conditions of our life that we tend to focus on because we don't like them. Can we change these situations? Maybe, maybe not. You know, that's part of the challenge here of living a life on your own terms, is determining which conditions and situations are worthy of our time and effort. I heard something yesterday on the Billy Joel channel, which was pretty cool, and he was talking about the hunger, the passion, you know, and basically the drive that consumes us. And it doesn't matter really what the situation is, but if we have a hunger and a passion for it and a desire, you know, we're going to make that happen. And I think that we can apply that to these bad terms because they're not bad because for no reason. They're bad because we see them as bad. We label them as bad. We label things as good. We make that determination. Let me talk about the ugly. Now these, you could think, this is just a different version of bad terms. But I think it's something quite different, actually. The ugly, these are the terms that take your breath away. It changes your perspective on life. It maybe makes you question your path. And what might seem ugly could actually, have a silver lining in it, that you don't see until you get through it. But these ugly terms, they get up in your face and they consume your life, like Shrek. Like Shrek? That doesn't make any sense. I'm just thinking of something so ugly, so repulsive, but it's up in your face and it won't get out of your way. That's the ugly part, is that you can't let it go. Maybe it's even just a part of your life, and you have to accept. We have to accept some ugliness in our life, in our world. I've been watching a show on TV about the Yellowstone wolves, and wolves are just amazing creatures. I mean, I love dogs, and the domestic dog came from the wolf. They're related, and they're just gorgeous. But the truth of the matter is that they're hunting and they're top predators, and they're killing things, and they're picking on these. They're picking on these other animals, but they're doing it to survive. They're doing it to eat, and they're keeping the populations down in those areas so that the animals that are left remaining aren't starving. They're much healthier. The population is better off because there's a predator in the area. Anyhow, I'm getting distracted. It's ugly. Death is ugly. Losing your job is ugly. Health situations, ugly, ugly, ugly. Divorce, ugly. These are the things that, again, take your breath away. It makes you rethink your life. It really makes you rethink everything sometimes. So ugly. But this is the time where I'm going to have to kick you in the ass and say, you know what? We define our problems. We label things. Someone might see something as ugly. Another might view the same thing as either bad or good. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And we apply our own definitions to things. And, who's right or wrong? It's all just a matter of opinion. And when it comes to things about your life, whose opinion matters most? Yours, not mine. I'm not trying to, lead anyone in one direction or another other than this is your life. These are your terms, your conditions. It's up to you to define those situations, and conditions. Label them as good, bad, or ugly. How you define it is up to you. But recognize you are the one attaching that label. You have the power to change that label. You have the power to increase your level of understanding and how you apply it in your life. Now, I'm going to digress a little bit because part of my terms that I'm facing now deals directly with something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is my desire to become a black belt in Taekwondo. If you've been following me on this show, you know that I have been training with my son at the Martial Arts Center at Blast Martial Arts in Chesterfield, Virginia. Been training there for several years. When my son John became a black belt, I mean, I started him in in the program. I think he was about 5 or 6 years old, and when he was first starting, he was like an octopus, you know? He didn't know how to make a fist. He didn't know how to do anything. And now he's first degree black belt, going for his second degree. And I've been working with him really since I joined the program, and I've been able to move into the advanced program. I'm actually just 2 belts away from black belt right now. But I learned something very ugly yesterday, and I'm kind of processing it. And what is so ugly is that I've learned that the pain in my hips that I experience from all of this isn't just from pushing myself, but I've discovered that I have hip dysplasia, which is an abnormality of the hips. My hips were, I was born this way, and it formed. My hips formed this way, and I'm too old for them to correct it. If they discovered this back when I was younger, then they could have maybe done something, but can't correct it now. And chances are I'm going to need hip replacements as I get older. And that's ugly. It's scary. And it's really it's taken my breath away, and it's made me think about my path. And what I have to say is that I was born with this ugliness. This is a part of who I am. The news actually explains a lot of things. Why did I always feel so awkward doing squats? Why have I had chronic back pain? Why have I had these issues? The foundation of my back is bad. It was born ugly. These are things that I have lived with all of my life, and it has never really stopped me from being active. I have lived a very active life. I'm going to continue to live an active life. And if that means that I destroy my body in the process, so be it. I'm only going to live so long, and I enjoy the martial arts, and I'm going to reach my goal. That being said, I'm not stupid, and I recognize the risks that you take when you do this. So I'm going to modify the program that I'm in. I'm going to talk to the master about how I can go about doing this. And I have every intention of following through and making it to black belt. Now, what comes after that? I need to figure that part out. But for right now, in the here and now, I need to keep going. But I need to adjust and adapt. And also look at my other options. This is a chance, the ugly things in our life, they do take our breath away. What does that do? It forces us to take to stop what we're doing. Maybe take a deep breath in, because you just had your breath away. You just had your breath taken away. You're going to get faint if you don't breathe. So you take a deep breath in and you recognize and acknowledge what you're going through. I feel like an invalid, but I'm not an invalid. I'm in excellent health. And as I think about this, I've created this problem. I have pushed myself. I have strained my muscles and pushed them to the absolute limits. And I've hurt myself, I think, a little bit more. It hurts doing that. So I've created this problem. I've labeled it as a problem. I sought a solution. I figured, I was told exactly, and that's really cool actually, is that I knew the right doctor to go to tell me what I needed to know. And that was exactly, this is the reason why I'm having this pain. And this is something I've had all my life. So he said I didn't have to give up Taekwondo. He said it really was not the sport for me though. And, long term, I really should avoid impacting sports with, contact sports. But I'll address that another day. And he gave me information that I needed to know. Now I can start making some decisions on what the next steps are. So do I feel a little bit down about learning this? Yeah, I do. But then I think about everything I've accomplished physically. And I recognize that the training I've done in the last few years, I'm in the best shape of my life because of it. These are good things that I've done for my hips. Yes, I'm experiencing pain. Yes, I have brought that pain on by overextending, by not knowing my limits, and also not recognizing that I had a physical limit there that was contributing to my limiting functionality or limit of motion. In any case, this is a term of my life that I must face. And I'm turning it into a good thing. It's ugly, but you know what? We all have to have some ugliness in our life. And sometimes we have to be ugly. So I need to wrap up this episode by saying that if we're looking to change our life, we have to accept the bad and the ugly along with the good. And sometimes that does require, as Tom used to say, embracing the suck and just saying, hey, you know what? This is part of who I am and part of the challenge that I have in facing this life that I live. And it's up to me and how I do it. It's not up to John. It's not up to my significant other. It's not up to anybody. But I guess you and whatever life has to throw at you, or, the life that you've been given. So keep up the good fight. Keep kicking ass. I don't plan on going anywhere. But until the next time, keep kicking ass. Peace. This marks the end of another episode of A Swift Kick in the Ass, placing it directly in the can. As much as I like to talk, even I have my limits. It's time to go. Catch me on the next show. For better or worse, whether you like us or not, please leave comments wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Twitter. Visit our home on the interweb. I think you can leave me a voicemail there. You can also email me at john@aswiftkickintheass.com. It's been my extreme pleasure. I hope you got a lot out of it. I hope you got your ass moving. Until then, until the next time, I'm out of here. Peace.